In the last few years, Microsoft Word developers added tons of new features into the application. For example, now Word supports animated models. And if you add animated model into Microsoft Word, you don't just rotate it horizontally and vertically, but you can also adjust it so it shows specific area in 3 dimension. If you get a question about 3D model as part of your assessment test, do you think you will be able to answer it?
In this video, I will share with you sample questions we see on the test. I will have some questions for you to try, and I'll show you tips, tricks, and hacks on how to get ready and pass the test. I will also share with you some additional test resources that might benefit you and might help you to get ready for the test quickly.
Because Microsoft Word is required on a lot of jobs, we put together a video with the real questions asked today. In this video, you will see sample Microsoft Word assessment test questions with answers and explanations.
Let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Vadim Michalenko, and I have MBA and master's degree in computer science. I have been helping people for more than 25 years to get hired and find jobs. I have founded HowToAnalyzeData.net website with only intent to help people get employment. This site helped a lot of people, and I'm pretty sure it will help you as well.
And now, let's jump straight to the questions, where I'll also share with you answers and solutions, as well as tips, tricks, and hacks. Now let's look at the Microsoft Word question, which tests your knowledge of Word's features and capabilities. Which feature lets you place background logo or text behind the regular text on your document? You have 4 choices here. A. Watermark, B. Background, C. Transparent image, and D. Overlay. Which one do you think is the right choice? Let's see if we can get to the right answer together here. To place a background image behind the text, you need to navigate to Design tab in Microsoft Word and then choose Watermark section. There are a lot of predefined images like confidential, do not copy, draft, or sample, and you can also upload your own image from file. Once you select the image, it shows up on the background behind the text in the Word document. So the correct choice here is choice A, Watermark. And Watermark is a faded background image that displays behind the text in a document. You can use them to indicate document state, for example, confidential, draft, sample, and a lot of others. Or you can add a company logo or load any custom image that you would like behind the text in your Word document using this feature. Hopefully you've got this one right. Let's look at the very tricky question that you often see as part of the Microsoft Word assessment test, and I'll explain you why it is tricky in a second. Which statement best describes how a bookmark is used in a Word document? The tricky part of this question is because all answers are extremely long sentences, and it's already hard for you during the test to concentrate, and understanding of long sentences is much harder than understanding of the short sentences. But to correctly answer this question, you need to read all possible answers here, process them, analyze them, and filter out all the wrong ones. So let's look at the 4 different choices presented here. A bookmark is a color-coded graphic that appear in the navigation pane for easy access to a specific location in your documents. A bookmark is a link in your documents, which can give you quick access to web pages, files, and other locations in your documents. A bookmark works in conjunction with hyperlinks to allow you to quickly jump to a specific location in your documents. And the last but not least, a bookmark is a hyperlink where the label is automatically generated. So which one do you think is the right choice here? To insert bookmark in Microsoft Word, you need to navigate to the Insert ribbon tab and click on the bookmark in the Links section. And as you can read in the description here, bookmark works with hyperlinks to let you jump to a specific place in your document. And here's how it works. Select the content you want to jump to, insert a bookmark, and add a hyperlink that points to your bookmark. So when we click on the bookmark button here, you see that the dialog box shows up. And here you can add, delete, or go to. You can also sort bookmarks based on name and location, and you can hide the bookmarks and show hidden bookmarks as well. Based on what we've learned, the correct choice here is C. A bookmark works in conjunction with hyperlinks to allow you to quickly jump to a specific location in your document. Hope you've got this question right. This was a tricky one. And here's the question for you to answer. Which Word ribbon tab includes commands to add various types of objects or media into your documents. Please make sure to post your answer in the comment section of this video. Let's look at the question which tests your knowledge of Microsoft formatting. How can you change the appearance of the entire table in a single step? And you have 4 choices. Apply a cell style. Right-click a table and choose a new style. Apply a graphic style and apply a table style. And you have a table shown here on the screen which contains 6 columns and 6 rows. So which one do you think is the right answer here? Let's see if we can find correct answer here together. In Microsoft Word, once you select the table, you see additional ribbon tab shows up. It's called Table Design. And in Table Design tab, there is a group called Table Styles. If you pick one of the table styles, it shows dynamically different styles that's available for each of the Microsoft Word tables. And you can pick the table style that you'd like. And you can do it with the one mouse click. So the correct answer here is choice D. After you create the table, you can format the entire table using table styles. Hope you've nailed this question.
Let me give you a couple reasons why you might consider subscribing to online training for everyone.
State-of-the-art skills, tips, tricks, and techniques we share with you here on Online Training for Everyone will help you today and in the future. We use scientifically proven methodology to create videos that will help you learn faster and retain more materials. When you click the subscribe button now, you will become connected and will be the first one to receive automatic notifications when new video is released. And now let's look at the question which is frequently used as part of the word assessment test. You're finalizing a 2-page memo. Instead of having Microsoft Word to choose where page 1 ends, you would like next sentence to start on top of page 2. How would you accomplish this? You're presented with the screen print which shows the segment of 2 pages in Microsoft Word document. And for example, you can choose best practices to start on the next page. You have 4 choices here. Insert a page break, choose mirrored margins, press Shift-Enter, Shift-Return, or insert a blank page. Which one do you think is the right answer here? Let's see if we can answer this question correctly together. You have multiple options to insert page break in Microsoft Word. You can navigate to Insert tab and click Insert Page Break, but first you need to put a cursor at the place where you would like to insert this page break. Once you click it, you see that the content starts on a new page. One trick I'd like to show you is if you go to the Home tab and then click on the button Show Hide Special Characters, you will see that there's a special character that Word added, which is called Page Break, and it shows up in this mode. So the correct answer here is choice A, insert a page break. You can insert a manual page break in Microsoft Word at any time. You just need to put a cursor where you would like one page to end and the next page to begin. You go to Insert Page Break. An alternative to this is use keyboard shortcut Control-Enter. Hopefully you've got this one right. But in case you have an exam and need to practice with similar question from real tests, make sure to download my ebook with more practice questions using the link in the description of this video.
Let me share you smart ways to get prepared for the test.
One of the smartest ways to prepare is to find out who your provider is that will be conducting an assessment test and use outlines and sample questions from the provider. The providers might be Indeed.com, SkillCheck, IKM, Kenexa, SHL, and a lot of others. Once you know who the provider is, you can go to their website, find out sample questions, and practice with sample questions. You can also practice LinkedIn assessment test questions on the topic that you will be assessed. LinkedIn test is free. It gives you exposure to the sample questions. And also, you can get a badge that will enhance your profile for potential employers. You can also research the topic you're trying to prepare for online and download ebooks to get ready for the test. Hands-on experience is very important. You can find relevant training and follow along to do hands-on exercises using practice videos on the training. If you have a question or ran into an obstacle during your practice exercises, try posting questions in the comment sections of the video. Channel owners or members of the channel monitor the questions and respond to the inquiries. And last but not least, consider subscribing to relevant YouTube channels. I encourage you to consider subscribing to Online Training for Everyone. We have a great community of people helping each other to prepare and pass the test. And now let's get to the answer to the question, which is very frequently used as part of Microsoft Word Skills Assessment Test, when employers need to evaluate your knowledge of the application. How can you insert the content of an existing Word document into your current Word document? You have 4 choices here. Click Layout, Text, Text from File. Click Insert, Text, Quick Parts. Choice C, click Insert, Text, Object, and Text from File. And in the last choice D, click Insert, Insert Media from File. Let's see if we can get to the right answer here together. To insert external file inside Microsoft Word, you need to navigate to Insert tab, and then select Object, select Text from File, and then it opens the dialog box where you will be able to select the file you're trying to download. So the correct choice here is C. You need to click Insert, Text Object, and Text from File. A lot of times you're trying to just do copy and paste, but more efficient way is to navigate and do an insert of external file right inside of Microsoft Word. I'm pretty sure you nailed this question, but in case you need to practice more with similar questions from real tests, please make sure to download my ebook with more practice questions using link in the description of this video.
If you like the content, please give this video a big thumbs up. This tells us that you need more content like this, and we'll make sure that you get it in the future.
And now let's look at the tricky question, which is frequently used as part of the Word Assessment Test. You need to set up margins for a printing double-sided book. Your objective is to have inside margins to be the same width as outside margins. Which of the following would you pick in the Page Setup dialog box to accomplish this? There are 4 choices presented. Choice A, different odd and even pages. Choice B, book fold. Choice C, mirror margins. And choice D, landscape. Which one do you think is the right answer here? To select margins, you need to navigate to Layout tab, click Page Setup, and here you have different setups for multiple pages. By default, it's a normal setup, but you also have mirror margins and book fold. So the correct choice would be between these two. And the tricky part of this question, even though it asks you that we're printing for the book, is the correct choice is mirror margins. You need to choose mirror margins because you're trying to set up a facing pages for double-sided documents such as books and magazines. And margins for this particular print are the same on both sides. That's why choice C is the right choice for this particular question.
Let me share with you some information that you probably don't know.
Based on our recent research, most assessment test providers deduct points for incorrect answers. So it is not a good idea to guess answers during the test. You can ask the provider to see how they handle incorrect answers. If they deduct points for incorrect answers, you might consider skipping the questions where you do not know the answers to. Now let's continue and get you ready for the assessment test. Now let's look at the question which is frequently used as part of the Microsoft Word Assessment Test. How do you select the paper size for a document? And you have 4 choices. Layout, Arrange, Document Size. Choice B, Layout, Page Setup Size. Choice C, File, Page Setup. And choice D, Design, Page Size. Which one do you think is right choice here? To change the page size in Microsoft Word document, you need to navigate to the Layout tab, and then select Size, and then select appropriate size for your document. So you choose letter in the United States. In Europe, A4 is a very popular format, and based on your region, you have to select appropriate choices. To recap, the correct choice is choice B. You need to select Layout, Page Setup, and then choose Size. By default, the page size of a new document is 8 by 5 by 11 inches, and depending upon your project, you may need to adjust your document page size. The most important thing here to consider is the fact that your printer needs to be able to accommodate the page size of the document that you will select. Hopefully you've nailed this question, but in case you didn't, please make sure to check out my PDF ebook and download it based on the link in the description of this video. When we were just starting our mission, we wanted to pick the name that would best describe our values. And this is the main reason why we picked howtoanalyzedata.net, because the core of our mission is covering questions how and why in every video that we make. Make sure you consider this when you're making your own decision whether to subscribe to the channel or not. Because online training for everyone is one of the few channels that provides you with the real answers. Let's look at the question which we frequently see as part of word assessments tests. Which option lets you mark your favorite templates for quick reuse in the future? And there are 4 choices: mark as favorite, pin to list, add to chooser, drag to home tab. Which one do you think is right here? Microsoft Word provides a variety of different templates on different subjects. You have business, you have cards, flyers, letters, education, resume, and holiday, and you can search for even something that's outside of this category. In order to pin something that you use frequently, you can use option pin to list. And once you do it, it shows up on the top of the screen. So the correct choice here is B, pin to list. If you frequently use a particular template in Word, make sure to pin it. Point the template to the list of templates and select the pin icon that appears below the thumbnail in the list of templates. Word includes a lot of professional-looking templates to choose from. To get started, just select one and save it as a document. Hopefully you did not just get this question right, but also learn something that you'll be able to use to make yourself more productive in Microsoft Word.
I would like to give you a tip. There are a lot of different providers that conduct employment assessment tests.
Most common providers that do assessment tests today are Indeed.com, IKM, SkillCheck, eSkills, Kenexa, SHL, and a lot of others. Employer typically requests provider to administer assessment tests, and then provider contacts the candidates to conduct the test. A lot of times, provider has a sample test questions on their website.
Once you know which provider will be assessing your skills, it's a good idea to visit their website to find sample questions.
Let's look at the very tricky word assessment test question. How can you break a table into 2 parts? And there are 4 choices as usual. Use the split cells command, use the section break command, press Shift-Enter on Windows, or Shift-Return on Mac. And choice D, use the splits table command. Which one do you think is the right choice? To split a table in Microsoft Word, you need to select the row where you would like to do the split. And as you will see, the table layout option shows up. Inside table layout, you have a command in the merge section, split table. Once you click that option, table is going to split into 2 parts. So the correct choice here is choice D. You would need to use split table command. If you create smaller tables in Microsoft Word, you can add text in between the tables, which enhances the design.
Please make sure to check out available downloads in the description section of this video.
Let's look at the tricky question which tests your knowledge of Microsoft Word formatting. Which option does the find and replace feature not support? You gotta love those negative questions. 4 choices here: match case, spell checking, replace all, and whole word only. And there is a find and replace dialog box presented to you, so you better understand the context of this question. Which one do you think is right choice here? Let's see if we can get to the right answer here together. In Microsoft Word, find and replace options located in the editing sections on the home ribbon. To get to the replace option, we click replace, or you can use Ctrl-H shortcut. And what you see here is that there is a more button, and this more button references other options available for find and replace. If you ever use Word or any Microsoft Office or pretty much any Windows application, you might be familiar with find and replace option, where you find the text and replace it with something else. Here, Word provides you with additional options to look for, to search for. So for example, you can search for words that match the case of one note, or find the whole words only, use wildcards, sounds, find all word forms, match prefix, match suffix, ignore punctuation characters, and ignore white space characters. Some of you may or may not be familiar with this. There are also formatting and special options, which I encourage you to explore, because these are extremely cool features of Microsoft Word. But going back to our question, the option that does not exist here is spell checking. All other options do exist in Find and Replace Microsoft Word dialog box. So the correct choice here is B, spell checking. Whole words only option finds the text that is not part of another word. Match case option find text that exactly matches the uppercase and lowercase letters of your type. And replace all searches and replaces text throughout the entire document. So hope you've nailed this question and got it right and learned something too.
Please consider subscribing to this channel. Skills that you learn here will be helpful for you now and also in the future. You also get opportunity to help other people by answering their questions and helping them solve their challenges. If you like the content, please give this video a big thumbs up. This tells us that you need more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.